Hello, everyone. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to BioPoint Stream the World of Bio special session, one short session on the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Yes, I hope the audio is clear, the video is clear, perfect, and fine. My screen is clear. Yes, everyone. Yes, so let's get started without wasting. I'm not bothering about whether there is anybody in the class or not. Okay, because I'm seeing zero participants over there. Yes, now three over there. Yes, so it would be better if you just comment out who all are there in the class. Yes, so let's get started with this super amazing class on a very difficult chapter recommended by the students, that is Morphology of Flowering Plants. Clear, everyone? So you might have some kind of a disturbance by certain songs or because a festival is going on by the nearby temple. As you all know, because for every class, the sound from the temple would be there. Okay. So let's get started. So we are going to teach or study the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants together in this one short session, so that this could be a final revision for NEET 2021. So, this is our amazing Telegram group at t.me/neat_biopoint where regular daily updates, discussions, everything takes place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this amazing platform for biology needs. BioPoint, stream the world of bio. So let's get started. I'll provide the PDF. So be active in the class. Listen to the class very carefully and clear out with this chapter right now, right here in the class itself. Is that clear? Give me hearts on the screen, everyone. So let's get started with this supremely amazing chapter. Yes? So let's get started. On the screen, everybody. Morphology. So this is actually the first module of exactly what we are, or exactly the chapter where we are discussing only on the concept of plants, right? So in the next chapter, in the upcoming chapter, we would discuss about the anatomy, that is the internal structure. So you might have a clear difference between what is morphology and what is anatomy. Morphology means it is actually the external features. Clear? So the study of external features of a living organism is known as morphology, and the study of internal features, you will call them as the anatomy, which you will study in the next chapter, that is Anatomy of Flowering Plants, chapter number 6 of your biology class 11. Is that clear? Yes, everyone. So, in that chapter, you will study about whole details on the internal structure of a plant, about how is it, or okay, all those internal structure you will be discussing in the chapter anatomy. So, in this chapter, we are purely discussing about the morphological structures. Clear? So, adaptation is the second term which we have to know before we enter the chapter. It is any alteration in the structure or function of an organism or a part that results from natural selection, and by which the organisms become better fitted to survive and multiply in its environment. Adaptation, the normal meaning in your own common language or the local language, that is adaptation. What is actually adaptation? The change or how a particular pattern in which we get adapted to live in that particular environment, to survive in that particular environment, in which we organisms get fitted on how to survive and multiply or reproduce or whatever physical activities in that environment is known as adaptation. So, before we start, I have to tell you morphology is actually the study of all the vegetative parts of a plant or all the external parts of a plant, such as roots. So whenever you may hear have a breaking audio or anything, screen not visible or anything, so please just comment me on the chat box. So stems, roots, leaves, flowers, etc. Leaves, flowers, fruits, so all those things. The combination or the study of all these external features, you will call them as the morphology. Mainly, a plant have, suppose this is the soil. Okay, suppose this is the soil surface. Okay, this is the soil surface, and you will have a plant like this. You will have a plant like this, in which a plant will have an above surface bearing leaves, beautiful leaves of different shapes, structures, and everything. And you will have flowers, right? Flowers will be there, then small seeds will be there. So all these things happens in the upper part of the soil. At the same time, you will have in the lower part of the soil, you will have certain fibrous structures or whatever be the structure. The underground structure, you will call them as the root system, and the upper part you will call them as the shoot system. Okay, so upper is the shoot system, lower is the root system. Okay, clear? Yes. So root is the underground part of a plant that develops from elongation of the radical of the embryo. Okay, so in chapter in your class 11th and all, you might have already discussed about one particular structure, seed like structure, in which a small portion outgrowth will be like this and another outgrowth will be growing like this, right? So this top portion is called the plumule. The plumule will give rise to the shoot system. The plumule will give rise to the shoot system, whereas the lower part, that is a radical, would be developing into the future root system. So radical and plumule, this is a common structure which we have been discussing right from our lower classes onwards. I hope it's clear because nobody is responding me on the chat box. Maybe you will be handling with more than 1 or 2 sessions. At the same time, if anybody is there, please respond. Yes, IO is there. Thank you so much. Yes. Next, we are going to discuss about the different types of root system. So in this chapter, we are going to divide this entire chapter into some parts. That is, in the part number 1, we are going to study about the root. Second, we are going to study about the stem. Third, we are going to study about the leaf. Fourth, we are going to study about the flowers. Fifth, we are going to study about the family of flowers. Family of flowers. So I would try to complete the whole 5 divisions in this today's class itself. Even it gets extended up to 1.5 hours. Clear? Clear, everybody? Okay, so let's get started with this first part, that is a root, where we would be discussing about the different aspect or the type of root. So let's get first is the taproot system. So the root can be divided. The root system can be divided into 3: taproot, fibrous root, and adventitious root. I thought of including certain diagrams, but I thought if I included certain diagrams, your attention would be focused mainly on that instead of focusing more on the other part of the chapter. Clear? So listen very carefully. If you have any doubt, just ask me. I'll share the diagram. Okay. So taproot system, it originates from the radical. It originates from the radical. Taproot system is actually originating from the radical. That is, it have a long root like this. It have a long root like this. So this particular long root like structure, you will call them as the primary root. Primary root. From the primary root, you will have certain branches. Okay, you will have certain branches like this. So these branches, you will call them as the secondary root. From the secondary root, you will have some more branches like this. So these small branches which arises, you will call them as the tertiary. So taproot system is actually the characteristic of dicot plants. Okay, taproot system is actually the characteristic of a dicot plants. For example, gram, pea, mango, all those are examples for what? Examples of taproot system or dicot plants. Is that clear? Next is the fibrous root system. Fibrous root system originates from the base of the stem. That is, their root would be like the fibers. There won't be any specific structures like primary root, secondary root. They are fibrous root. Suppose in everybody having your friend of your house, you may have small amount of grass and all. So just pluck out a small amount, a small grass plant. You will definitely find their root would be like this small fibrous root system, which is actually the characteristic of all monocotyledonous plant. Okay, clear. Example, wheat, paddy, grasses are examples of fibrous root system. Is that clear? Yes. Next is adventitious root system. So generally it originates from the radicle. So we studied in the first page itself, I have told you the part which originates downwards, that is this radicle, actually forms the root system. Okay. So all the kinds of roots are actually all the kinds of root is actually coming out from the radicle. Is it clear? But in case of adventitious root system, it originates from the parts of the plant other than radicle. Other than radicle. For example, you might be familiar with the prop root in banyan tree, maize, the stilt roots, and rhizopora, respiratory roots, and all they arises above the surface, right? So banyan tree, prop root, maize, stilt root, rhizopora, respiratory roots. So all these are some of the examples which are given in your NCERT textbook, which needs to be by hearted. Is that clear? So adventitious root system originates from parts of a plant other than radicle. Okay. Next is the root cap. Root cap. A root is actually covered at the apex. The apex portion of the root is covered by the root is covered by the apex, that is by a thimble-like structure which protects the tender apical bud. So in the structure which is given in NCERT also, you would definitely found a structure like this. A particular structure, a root cap just covering. Okay. This structure is actually the root cap. It actually protects the root. Root cap is actually a structure that protects the root. Is that clear? So root cap is a root is covered at the apex by a thimble-like structure which is known as root cap, which protects the apical part of the root. Next, we have three main regions of root, that is the region of meristematic activity, region of elongation, and finally you have the region of maturation. That is, region of meristematic activity is the cells of this region have the capability to divide, right? Yes, Suja Aji. Yes, actually, in case of aquatic plants, instead of root cap, you will have root pockets. Not mentioned in the NCERT, but just for your information. Okay, root pockets are present in case of aquatic plants. Is it clear? I hope it's clear. Yes. So the regions of meristematic activity is the lowest portion, that is the region above this root cap. The region over here is known as what? Region of meristematic activity. You know very clearly what is actually the meaning of the term meristem. Meristem is actually the cells of this region which have the capability to divide. Actively dividing cell. I hope most of you have thorough with this chapter. You might have at least learned this chapter once in your class 11th. So it might frame to you easy because you know what the term meristem refers to. Meristem means the cells which have the capability to actively participate in cell division. Clear, everyone? So I want each one of you watching the session to hit the like button. Clear? Calvin, you were not at all when I called out your name so much time back. Okay, just 10 or 15 minutes back when I called out your name, you were not there. I hope you are listening and it's clear. Yes. Region of elongation. Cells of this region are elongated and enlarged. Okay, elongated region means after the capability or after the cells are divided, what happens? The cells of the region have to be elongated and enlarged. So those processes happens inside the region of elongation. Whereas the last region, that is a region of maturation, you would find differentiated and matured cell. Differentiated and matured cell. Okay, differentiated and matured cell. I want each one of you in the class to be there with your NCRT so that you can look out the diagram over there in your NCRT, which makes you a clear idea about what I am telling. So in the particular structure or region of maturation, you would have certain structures coming out like this, which is referred to as what? Root hairs. Which is referred to as root hairs. Clear? Clear, everybody? Thread like root hairs, which helps in the absorption of nutrients or water or whatever. Modifications of root. Roots are actually modified for support, storage of food, and respiration. Yes, Suchi, you can also prepare the notes. Clear? If you have any doubt while you are preparing, please ask me, and for diagrams, refer your NCRT. Okay? Just try to make out a rough diagram while you are writing lecture notes in your notebook. Just try to draw the diagrams, copy it down from your NCRT. If it is not there, I'm not explaining it. Okay? So, roots are modified for support, storage, respiration. You know all those examples of what all are the plants where you can have the modifications of roots for support, for storage of food and respiration. Is that clear? For support, you have the banyan tree, that is a prop root. Stilt root is there. For storage, you have conical, then fusiform, nasiform, tuberous root. All these things are there. Carrot, radish, turnip. All those things you have the roots which are modified for food storage. Clear? So I'll give you an example. In case storage, you would have taproot. Okay? You have taproot can be modified for storage. Okay, taproot can be modified for storage. For example, carrot. For example, carrot is there, turnip is there. Carrot and turnip are actually taproots modified for support. You have adventitious roots also modified. My writings may not be cleared. So please refer my lectures, whatever I am speaking. So please refer to that and take the notes. Clear? The adventitious roots modification is sweet potato. Sweet potato is actually a modification for support, adventitious modification for support. Second one is asparagus. It is also for, sorry guys, sorry, really sorry. A small mistake. It was not support, it was storage. Nobody have made me aware about it. Nobody have made me aware about it. It is actually, I was talking about the storage of food. Are you all here listening in the class? Why don't you not spotted out the mistake? Okay, once again, storage of food is done by taproot system, carrot and turnip, adventitious root, sweet potato and asparagus. This was a previous year NEET MCQ question. I hope whatever I am writing below this banner would not be clear. So, this adventitious root, this is a previous year NEET MCQ question. Clear? That is, sweet potato is A. Then 4 options are given. The correct option was adventitious roots for storage. Yes, we are going on to support also. I hope you have taken down the storage of food. Then we are going for the support. Support is also done by 2 systems which is mentioned in your NCRT, that is a prop root and the stilt root. Just tell me where you can find out the prop root. Very simple. Prop root is in banyan tree. And stilt root is in maize, sugarcane and all. You will find the stilt root. Maize, sugarcane and all. You will find what? sugarcane and all, you will find the stilt root, which is for the support. For respiration, it's common, that is the nematophores, specialized one, right? Nematophores, which are actually roots seen in rhizopora. Rhizopora for respiration. I hope it's clear. Moving on. Yes, all was here. I just made a quick thing about itself. Clear, everyone? Give me hearts on the screen if it's clear. For storage, for support, and for respiration. For support, you will have prop roots in banyan tree. Prop roots in banyan tree. Stilt root in maize and sugarcane. Stilt root in maize and sugarcane. For respiration, you have nematophores in rhizopora mangroves growing in marshy areas. For storage of food, you have the fusiform, radish, napiform, turnip, and conical carrot. Clear? Next is the stem. Clear? The stem, moving on to the second topic of our class, that is the stem. So I will try to cover all the topics from the root. I hope I have covered almost all the topics mentioned in the NCERT from the area of roots. So if you find out any new points, just tell me on the chat box so that I could make it clear over here. Stem is actually the aerial part of the plant that develops from the plumule. So actually we studied about the roots, about the seeds, and this is a structure. The lower structure growing below is the radicle. The structure growing upward is the plumule, which helps in the shoot formation. Plumule helps in the root formation. It bears nodes and internodes. So bearing of nodes and internodes actually differs stems from root, because roots can also store food, roots can also support, roots can also perform respiration, right everyone? So the only difference that roots and stem differ by is stem have nodes and internodes. Stem have nodes and internodes. Clear? Stems have nodes and internodes, which makes them different from those of roots. Previous year NEET MCQ questions, statement based questions can come, guys. Modifications of the stem. In some plants, the stems are modified to perform the function of storage of food, support, protection, and vegetative propagation even. Yes, so the stem is actually the ascending part of the axis that bear branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. It develops from the plumule. The stem bears nodes and internodes. Clear? There are many functions for stem. Some of them are storage of food, support, protection, and vegetative propagation. Now we are going to study about the modifications of the stem. Just take it down along with me, guys. Number one, you have rhizome in ginger. You have rhizome. You have rhizome in ginger, which is an example for a modified stem for storage of food. Then, in case of colocasia, and amorphophallus, the modified stem, you will call them as the comb, which helps in storage of food and also helps in vegetative propagation. Then, third one, stem tendrils. Listen very carefully. Tendrils, thorns, and all are very important. That's why specifically mentioning as stem tendrils. Stem tendrils are actually seen in cucumber, grapevine. Cucumber and grapevine, you will have stem tendrils. Then thorns are present in Thorns are present in citrus, bougainvillea. Citrus, bougainvillea. They are actually the modifications of axillary buds of the stem. Very important previous year AIPMT question. Axillary buds. So thorns are actually the modification of axillary buds of stem. Hope you are taking it along with me. Hope you guys are taking it along with me. So let's move on and discuss modifications of root. Sorry, even I got confused. The same thing I am telling you guys to note each and every point very clearly. Clear. So modifications of stem we are going to discuss. In certain plants, they are performing the function of storage of food, support, protection, and vegetative propagation. So let's get started from right from the beginning onwards. For food storage, take it down each and every point, take it down. Food storage, rhizome in ginger, number 1. Tuber in potato, number 2. Bulb onion, number 3. Comb in colocasia, number 4. Colocation, one more term I have told you in the last slide. What is that term? What is that term? Anybody on the chat box? Along with colocasia, I just named one more. That is, absolutely, they are amorphophallus. They are also showing the vegetative propagule as comb itself, or the structure which helps in the storage of food. Amorphophallus and colocasia, which is having a structure known as comb. For support, stem tendrils can be a support. Watermelon, grapevine, cucumber, you will have what? Support. Previous year NEET MCQ question. Previous year NEET MCQ. For protection from grazing animals and all, you need what? Protectory materials over there. So they have the axillary buds on the stem. Very important previous year MCQ, axillary buds on the stem. Thorns, that is citrus, bougainvillea, gets modified to pointed thorns. They protect these plants from animals. For vegetative propagation, underground stems such as grass, strawberry, lateral branches of mint and jasmine, all these are examples for vegetative propagation. For example, you have to study this particular point specifically mentioned, that is underground stems of some plants such as the grass and strawberry. Grass and strawberry in your chapter number 1, if you are taught that by a good teacher, they might have told you about the same. Grass and strawberry, they are actually showing what? Runner formation. Whereas in case of mint and jasmine, they are actually showing the formation of stolon. Clear? Give me hearts on the screen. Yes, thank you so much. Clear? So for vegetative propagation, underground stems of grass and strawberry, they are actually runners. They show vegetative propagatory methods or modifications of these stem. Mint and jasmine is actually showing what? Stolon formation. Next, for the assimilation of food. Very important, at least 20-25 times repeated PYQ. Take it down by your NCRT. The same statement from NCRT have been repeated. Clear? Flattened stem of opentia contains chlorophyll and performs photosynthesis. Clear? And guys, when we are discussing about these two, we missed out a particular point, that also I will write. Banana, pineapple and chrysanthemum, these are all associated with the chapter 1 of your class 12. Okay. Reproduction in organism, when you are studying about the asexual reproductive structures and all, there the teachers might have taught you. Pineapple and chrysanthemum. chrysanthemum. You would have what? Sucker formation. I don't know whether you will be able to see it or not. Yes, so that's all about the stem. Now we are going to discuss about the leaves. Leaves develop from the shoot apical meristem. Leaves develop from the shoot apical meristem. They are flattened green structure which are used for the manufacture of food by photosynthesis. It has bud in axil and a typical leaf has leaf base, petiole and the lamina is also present. Clear? There are mainly two kinds of leaf, that is a symbol leaf. Guys, symbol leaf means in case of a banyan tree leaf, people leaf and all, you will just exactly found a leaf like this. Am I right? You would exactly found a leaf like this. But what is actually compound leaf? If you are leaves of curry leaves, then neem and all, you will have number of leaflets. It's not actually a single leaf. If you pluck out, it is a single leaf, but it has a common axis, right? It is a common axis in which the number of leaflets, it's not actually leaves, it's actually leaflets, but you will misunderstand it as leaves, right? Will you call them as leaflets? This is a leaflet. No. You would call leaves of curry plant. You won't call them as leaflets of curry plant, right? So these are actually compound leaves and this is actually symbol leaf. This single leaf blade. Single leaf blade. Multiple leaf blade. Number of leaflets. Symbol leaf, example mango, people, etc. In compound leaf, you have pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf also. That is neem and rose are examples of pinnately compound leaf. And what is actually meant by palmately compound leaf? All the leaves are attached to a common point. Silk cotton. Okay. There are a number of leaves. All these leaves are attached to a single point, but all these are individual leaves. They are leaflets. It is seen actually in silk cotton. It is seen in silk cotton. I'll show you how many slides are left behind. We have reached 10. We have 23. Okay. So hope it's clear. Single leaf and compound leaf along with the examples you have to study. Thumbs up on the chat box, everyone. Is it clear? Yes. Venation. This is a second term in case of leaf where we are studying about the same. Venation, that is the arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina of the leaf, is known as venation. There are mainly two kinds of venation, that is reticulate venation and parallel venation. Reticulate venation means veinlets form a network. Veinlets form a network in leaves of dicot plants. For example, China rose, people. Previous year MCQ question, reticulate venation. Reticulate venation is a characteristic property of dicot plants. Parallel venation is seen in monocotyledonous plant. For example, grass, maize, banana, sugarcane, banana. Perfect example for parallel venation where you can see it with your naked eye very clearly. Phyllotaxy is the next term. Phyllotaxy means it is actually the pattern of arrangement of leaves on stem or branches. Phyllotaxy can be of three types, that is alternate phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy. Second one is opposite phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy, opposite phyllotaxy, and third one is whorled phyllotaxy. Opposite, alternate, and whorled phyllotaxy. In case of alternate phyllotaxy, you would have the leaves borne on alternate structures. If one leaf is over here, another leaf would be on the next one. Okay, there won't be any opposite leaves. They will be born in different alternate pathway. Okay, they will form an alternate pathway. This is an example for alternate phyllotaxy. For example, China rose. Closely view the leaves of China rose. They are alternate phyllotaxy. Next is opposite phyllotaxy is actually like this. If one leaf is over here, another leaf would be over here. Another leaf, clear, at the same node itself on the opposite side you will have the leaf. It is seen in which all plants, where you can see that Calotropis. Very important. Calotropis is a repeated question. Calotropis shows opposite phyllotaxy. Guava shows opposite phyllotaxy. Guava. Okay. And walled phyllotaxy means more than two leaves arise from a single point. Alstonia. In Alstonia, you would find walled phyllotaxy. Clear. So alternate phyllotaxy, single leaf at a node. Opposite phyllotaxy, two leaves at a node. Walled phyllotaxy, more than two leaves in a wall at a node. China rose and mustard are examples for alternate phyllotaxy. Calotropis and guava are examples for opposite phyllotaxy. Nerium and deviltry, Alstonia can also be, Alstonia, nerium, deviltry can all be an example for walled phyllotaxy. Yes. Moving on to yet another important statement, that is the modifications of leaf. Tendrils. In case of stem, we studied about the stem tendrils, that is cucumber, grape vine, watermelon, all these are stem tendrils. But in case of pea plant, sweet pea, it is tendril, leaf tendril. Spines, we studied about the thorns in bougainvillea and citrus. Spines are seen in aloe, opentia and argemone. In argemone, opentia and aloe, you have spines for protection. Picture is there. Picture is actually modification. Nepenthes modification for nutrition. At least 20-25 times previous year MCQ, 100% guaranteed question. Nepenthes is actually a modification. Picture of Nepenthes is a modification of which vegetative part of a plant? Stem, leaf, flower, fruit. Answer is picture of Nepenthes is a modification of. Picture of Nepenthes is a modification of leaves, fruits, flowers, and stem. Yes, absolutely. One second, guys. Yes. Next, moving on to hook, which is seen in cat's snail. Cat's snail. Okay, no one is responding except a one person. Nobody else is responding. Let it be your wish. I'm not forcing anybody. Clear? So, inflorescence is actually the arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. So, main types of inflorescence are racemose inflorescence, cymose inflorescence, and special type of inflorescence, which is actually not mentioned in your NCERT. So, you need to have an extra bit focus on that. We have to mainly focus on racemose, cymose examples. Clear? In racemose inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow and the flowers are borne laterally in acropetal succession. Is that clear? So in racemose inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow and the flowers are borne on acropetal succession. That is example radish, mustard, amaranthus. Cymose in cotton, jasmine and calotropis. Special type ficus, salvia and euphorbia. You will have the special type of inflorescence. Clear? Hope it's clear. Nobody over here. So let's move on. Only method for me to move. Right? Yes. So let me change the color of the pen so that it would be visible for you. Next, we are going to discuss about the flower. Flower is actually a modified shoot. Flower is actually a modified shoot. It is a reproductive unit in angiosperm. It is a reproductive unit in angiosperm. Flowers may be unisexual. Flowers may be bisexual. They may be bractate or they may be abractate. Some features of flowers are listed below. Very, very important. Very, very important. Clear? Is that crystal clear for everyone? No MCQ. You will get at least 4 to 6 MCQ direct from this chapter. Direct. My guarantee for you. Cut copy question of this one-shot session would be there for your NEET 2021. My guarantee for each one of NEET aspirants watching the session live over here. 100% guarantee from my side. You would get definitely 4 or 6 question cut copy from the session on whatever I am telling in the class. First one, actinomorphic symmetry. Second one, zygomorphic symmetry. Third one, asymmetric. First, let's discuss about the asymmetrics. Okay, asymmetric. That is irregular. They don't have any kinds of symmetry. Okay? They don't have any kinds of symmetry. Clear? Clear, everyone? So, asymmetric flower example is canna. C-A-N-N-A. I hope whatever I am writing is clear. I will write it on the top. Okay, C-A-N-N-A. Canna is there. Next, zygomorphic is actually bilateral symmetry, which is actually seen in P. Gulmohar, bean, cassia, and canna and all are repeated MCQ question. P. Gulmohar, bean, cassia are zygomorphic. Actinomorphic example is the mustard. Actinomorphic example is the mustard, datura, chili. Mustard, datura, chili are all examples of actinomorphic or radial symmetry. On the basis of the floral appendages, you have trimerous flower, pentamerous flowers, and tetramerous flower. 3 appendage, 4, 5. Right? Yes. Next, repeated MCQ type question from this chapter, frequently repeated, I should say. Hypogynous ovary, that is superior ovary, is seen in hibiscus. Perigynous, half inferior ovary, seen in rose. Epigynous, inferior ovary, seen in banana. You have to study what is hypogynous, superior ovary, perigynous, half inferior ovary, epigynous, inferior ovary. These 3 terms you have to study. You have to study the example hibiscus, rose, and banana. In your text, you have more than. Let me have some water. Yes, hope you just copy down whatever is there on the screen. Yes? Okay. So, superior ovary. Superior ovary, that is hypogynous ovary. Once again, I will include the points. Hypogynous flowers, the gynoecium occupies the highest position, while the other parts are located inferior to that. Clear? They are said to be superior ovary. For example, hibiscus, China rose, mustard. Other examples in your NCRT is mustard, China rose, brinjal. You have to make a code. BHM. A course is there, right? BHMS. BHM. You can study it as a code. Brinjal, hibiscus, and mustard for hypogynous. Yeah, BHMS itself you can study. Brinjal, hibiscus, mustard for superior ovary, hypogynous. Right? Second one, perigynous ovary is found in plum, rose, peach. Plum, rose, peach. Code PRP. Plum, peach, rose, perigynous ovary. Epigynous means you have the inferior ovary, which is seen in guava, cucumber. The frequently repeated, guaranteed one. Ray florets of sunflower. Refer NCRT, everybody. Have read out that Ray florets of sunflower, cucumber, and guava, you would have the inferior ovary or the epigynous ovary. Next, let's discuss about the parts of a flower. Let's discuss about the parts of a flower. Nobody is giving you 100% justification to yourself. Also, I'm paka clear about that. Nobody is giving 100% justification in attending this class. No one on the chat box or no one on the class is showing 100% justification to what is taught. Yes, only one person is responding whenever I ask a question or whatever. Others are keeping quiet even though I ask whether it's clear or not also. Yes. Hope you would respond. You're showing justification. Make sure you have justification to yourself. That's it, nothing else. Clear? Calyx, that is a sepal which is green in color, leaf like wall. Number one. Corolla, petals usually bright colored, which is actually giving what? Attraction to the insects for pollination. Andrecium, stamens are the male reproductive organ that produces pollen grains. Stamens may be epipetalous. Epipetalous means attached to the petals. Example, brinjal, datura. Epiphyllous, they are attached to perianth. For example, tepals are united. Stamens may be monoadelphous. Hibiscus, cotton. Diadelphous, pea, bean. Polyadelphous, citrus and castor. Each and every example of this chapter is very, 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 very important. You have to have any kind of code. You can use any kind of code for yourself, for your personal mind to remember these. You have to you can use any kind of code. No need to make a good code so that when my friends hear about, you can make code in your local language. Even you can make a code in English. You can make a local code in any language if you are able to recall the thing whenever you receive a question from this part. That's only from this part. Done, everyone? Yes. So my code wants you to sometimes. Your code won't be familiarized or it will be easy for me. So I have to make a code for myself. You have to make a code for yourself. Okay. Actually, I have took some of my students may remember those who are right from the beginning. I have took a class on the codes for placentation. So I won't be repeating those codes over here. Okay. I have mentioned a special class 20 to 30 minute session, 20 minutes to study about the whole types of different type of placentation with mnemonics. Took a class, it is there on the video session. Go to the video session, search for that if you need to have the code for studying easily on that thing. Clear? Gynoecium is a female reproductive part. It is made up of one or more carpels. Consists of stigma, style, and ovary. Explain that thing in detail on the structure of andrecium and gynoecium on the one shot session of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Clear? So gynoecium contains many, that is more than one carpel, that is may have one or more carpels. They are actually the female reproductive part, consists of stigma, style, and ovary, bears more than one ovule, or they have one ovule or more than one ovule. They can be apocarpous, free, syncarpous, united. Guys, just remember over here, syncarpous, syngamy, syncarpous. Just use the code. Syncarpous means fused. So syncarpous flowers, their petals or sepals or whichever parts, they are united or fused. Clear? So study this particular thing. Very, very important. Yes, sepals are united. Gamosepalous in hibiscus. Polysepalous, sepals are free in mustard. Gamopetalous, petals are united in sunflower. Polypetalous, petals are free in hibiscus. If calyx and corolla are fused together and are not distinguishable, they are called perianth. Okay, if calyx and corolla are not distinguishable, that is, they are fused together, they are called perianth. Yes. Yes, everyone. So let's move on to the type of aestivation. Aestivation is the arrangement of petals or sepals in a floral bud. First one is a valvate aestivation. Sepals or petals do not overlap. Do not overlap. It might be better if you have your NCERT diagram alongside. Okay. Sorry for not including the diagrams. Okay. In a hurry, I scheduled everything and prepared. Also, I have prepared everything. So, haven't got too much of time to add the image and make it okay. So I hope you have your NCERT. That's why right from the beginning onwards, I am asking you to take out your NCERT, underline in the NCERT, underline in the NCERT, so that you can understand. Okay. Valvate aestivation is actually seen in calotropis. I would say you the examples. I would suggest you to learn the examples from NCERT. Clear? Clear, everyone. So, valvate aestivation is in calotropis. Next, twisted aestivation, that is sepals and petals overlap each other. For example, hibiscus, cotton. Hibiscus, cotton, lady's finger. Hibiscus, cotton, lady's finger. Okay. Hope you are looking at the diagram. Twisted aestivation, it is a frequently repeated diagram-based question. Since for NEET 2020, we didn't have any kind of diagram-based question. So chances are there for diagram-based question to be asked in 2021. Okay, so that you can easily score the marks because they're direct from NCERT. Lady's finger, cotton, China rose, hibiscus, all those things are twisted aestivation. Third one is the imbricate aestivation. Third one is the imbricate aestivation. The margins of sepals or petals overlap one another but not in any definite direction. For example, cassia. Okay, cassia. NCERT example is gul moher. NCERT example is gul moher, and you will have all those things. Last one, vexillary, even diagram is given, statement is given, easy to understand. There is a large standard petal which overlap two lateral petals, which in turn overlap two smallest anterior petals known as the keel. For example, pea, bean and all. Fabaceae family, vexillary aestivation. Placentation, going very fast with this placentation because I've explained it in detail on that lecture. I will try to provide the link of that in our Telegram group. Hope you guys are there in our Telegram. Placentation, arrangement of placenta, arrangement of ovules inside the placenta. You have 5 types of placentation: marginal, axial, parietal, free central and basal placentation. Marginal placentation is actually placenta forms along the ventral suture of ovary. For example, pea, bean, etc. You will have marginal placentation. Axial placentation, margins of carpels fused to form a central axis. Citrus, hibiscus, etc. Before you go and study examples outside of NCERT, make sure you are crystal clear with the examples of your NCERT. I'm giving you 100% guarantee no other example type question is going to come from this chapter outside of NCERT. If you refer previous year question, you would get this 100% my guarantee into your guarantee too. Because even you refer all those things, you would have definitely one question from placentation, 1 or 2 questions from family, 1 question based on the entire chapter. It can be from root, stem or wherever. Clear? So if you refer the previous year question based on placentation, you would definitely be able to see those examples. Marigold, sunflower, dianthus, primrose. So they have been P and all. They have been interchanged and asked. So no need to worry about, everything is there with you. And you have to just read out your NCERT with your mind. That's the only thing which you can do. Parietal placentation, ovules develop on the inner walls of the ovary. For example, cucurbita, mustard. Free central placentation, ovules born on the central axis lacking a septa. For example, dianthus and primrose. Very important. Dianthus and primrose and all are very important. Basal, that is a placenta, develops at the base of the ovary. Sunflower, marigold. One question, one MCQ question, plus 4 marks. for your NEET 2021, guaranteed by BioPoint, guaranteed by me. For your NEET 2021, just highlight this. One MCQ for your NEET 2021 plus 4 marks from the topic of placentation. For sure, definitely they will ask. Okay, so please study this. The one of the most difficult topic, in which right now I'm not going to make you get confused on that. The thing is there in your hand only. Difficult can make, you can only make that thing interesting and simple for you guys. Whatever explanation I am giving, it won't affect your mind or mentality. You feel the floral diagram is to be difficult, so it would be difficult until and unless you just change out your mindset or your pattern. Clear? So right now I will be telling you certain points which have been a previous year question. Okay? So don't know whether you would be able to see or not. I'll be highlighting those points which are necessary for making. Bractate, BR, abractate, EBR. Then actinomorphic, the symbol is this. Then zygomorphic, you have a symbol like this. Actinomorphic, zygomorphic. Bisexual condition, male, female. If it is a male, like this, if it is a female. So if it is a bisexual, both have to be indicated. Clear? Male flower, female flower. Tepals. Perianth is actually denoted by the letter P. If the tepals are free, then P3, or whichever the number is, you have to write it P3 or P2. Just simply, if they are free, no need to put out the brackets. But if they are fused, you have to put out them in a bracket. P3. Sorry. Oh my god. I thought I was writing out with a pen. That's why definitely we also will do like this, right? Scrabble around it. P2 if it is united or if it is fused. Clear? Next, polycephalous. So calyx is denoted by the letter K. Corolla is denoted by the letter C. So calyx, if they are free, or polycephalous, you have to write K5 or whatever number. If they are fused, K5 in the bracket. Then polypetalous condition C5, gamopetalous C5, like this. Andrecium also you can write in different way, which is there in your NCERT. If they are free, just simply like. Monoadelphous, like this. Diadelphous, you have to denote like A9 in bracket plus 1. Like this you might have seen. If they are attached, A3, C3. If they are attached to the corolla, then you have to make out a thing like this. In order to make, they are fused. Epipetalis. Clear? Then superior ovary, inferior, like this you have to mark it out. So before we move on to the flower, we have a small portion that is a fruit. Mature ripened ovary is the fruit and mature ripened ovule is the seed. Fruit can be having, that is pericarp and seed. Pericarp is epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Seed coat and embryo are the parts of seeds. Embryo can be plumule plus radicle, which is actually the embryonal axis, and the cotyledons that store food is the second part. Done. The ovules after fertilization develops into the seeds. A seed is made up of seed coat and an embryo. An embryo is made up of embryonic axis having a plumule and radicle with one or two cotyledons. Okay. First, we are going to discuss about the family Fabaceae. Very important. Listen very carefully. Family Fabaceae. Underline these points in your NCERT, which can be an example or which are previous year questions. Okay, I'll highlight it for your better understanding. I'll highlight it. Family Fabaceae. Clear? Is it clear? Guys, before that I'll tell you a code. Oh my god. Guys, in your textbook we are just studying like Fabaceae is the first family. Right? second family is Solanaceae, and third family is Liliaceae. You can just, if they are giving you a floral formula, if they are giving you percentage, that is if they are giving you a structure like if they're giving you a structure like this and asked you to which family, the floral formula is of which family, you can easily identify. Guys, in case I'm talking only about gynoecium. So in case of gynoecium, guys, just remember this trick. Fabaceae gynoecium number is 1. For Solanaceae, it is 2. For Liliaceae, it is 3. I hope a new information for some of you, at least one of you, new information. Fabaceae gynoecium number is 1. Solanaceae gynoecium number is 2. Liliaceae gynoecium number is 3. I don't know how many of you have known this before. Now look at your NCERT and find out this. G1, G2, G3. Am I right or not? So the main, this particular floral formula indicated is Fabaceae. You can, without even you study about number of calyx, corolla or anthrecium or whatever, just looking at the number G1, you can just easily mention it as the Fabaceae. Clear? So let's move on back with a highlight one. Fabaceae. Superior ovary. First point, superior ovary. Second point, monocarpellary. They can give you these characteristics and ask you to name the family. Unilocular with many ovules. Fabaceae family, unilocular with many ovules. Style is single marginal placentation. Marginal placentation. Character, majority belonging are pulses. Example, pulses like Bengal gram, green gram, horse grain, etc. belonging to the family Fabaceae. Let me tell you something more. They are bisexual zygomorphic flower. In case Fabaceae is the only family in our textbook where we are studying their flowers are zygomorphic. Among the 3 family mentioned in your NCERT, zygomorphic flowers are only seen in Fabaceae family. Thereby also you can distinguish. That is, you would use out the symbol percentage like this. This symbol is only applicable for Fabaceae family. Clear? Gram. Pulses is an example. Gram, R, sem, mung, soybean, etc. Soybean, groundnuts, all these are Fabaceae. Sesbania, trifolium, lupin, sweet pea, mulati. Mulati is actually a medicine. Lupin and sweet pea can be used as ornamentals. Sesbania and trifolium can be used as fodder. Edible oil, soybean and groundnuts. Indigofera can be used as a dye. Indigofera belongs to which family? Very important previous year questions. Fabaceae, it is actually a dye. Clear? Mulati is a medicine. Okay, I hope it's there in the NCERT. You have to refer the floral diagram, can be a diagram based question too. Solanaceae family, ovary superior, bicarpellary, syncarpous, bilocular, axial placentation, persistent calyx, tomato, chili, brinjal, etc. belonging to Solanaceae family. Tomato, brinjal, potato can be used as food. Chili can be a spice. Belladonna and ashwagandha, they are medicines, very important. Ashwagandha belongs to which family? Solanaceae family, previous year NEET MCQ. Ashwagandha belongs to Solanaceae family. Guys, there was a trend. If you have observed the pattern of question paper, I think, I don't remember the year correctly or specific year, I don't remember. I think it's in 2013 NEET or 2012 AIPMT. Any of 2012, 13 or 2015 or 16. Any of these 2 years, you have received a couple of questions from this chapter which actually twisted your knowledge, which actually twisted the information in the NCERT. But we don't expect such a kind of question in our next exam, in the upcoming exam, because our exam is becoming liberal and liberal. Let's, because for this year also it may be liberal more than last year's. Let's hope for the best, because God have decided something. Let's the Almighty decide who all will be the future doctors, whatever. Okay, we all have certain career. We have to reach a career, right? So in that they were given so much. Given are the names of certain flowers. Then they have given certain names of so many things, and they have asked which of the following have hypogynous ovules. Which of the following have hypogynous ovary? I hope you might all have practiced previous year MCQ. Even in the group also have set out all these things. So maybe my older students, my new students, everybody is aware about it. I hope. Right? Those who have done the previous year questions will be pakka clear about this question. You might also feel a difficulty. So they are related with this family. A particular name of a plant you might not be familiar, but it have a certain character of this family. So you have to relate it. Clear? So refer the previous year questions. The last one is the Liliaceae. Parallel venation with superior ovary tricarpellary syncarpus with axial placentation. Tulip gloriosa aloe asparagus. Previous year MCQ. Guys, no NEET exam with leaving this part from the MCQ. Very important. Even the CBSE 12th, even the CBSE 11th portion reduced contains only this topic about the family portion only. All other portion have been cancelled. All other portions, still fruit, they have been cancelled. You have to study the description of the family from the chapter Morphology. So let's imagine what's the importance. But the thing is, what even I don't know. Even when I browsed through all these syllabuses at the first time, even I was amazed that syllabus just demands for description of some important families. If a teacher comes to the class for the first time, I'm talking about the 11th standard students who hears for the first time. If I just came to the class and I just talk about racemose inflorescence is seen, bisexual condition, zygomorphic, actinomorphic, polypetalous, papillonaceous, then vexillary estivation, all these things, will you guys be able to understand? No, never. So for that, you have to study right from the beginning. So I don't know what kind of a reduction syllabus in CBSE have prescribed for. Without knowing what is racemose, what is zygomorphic, actinomorphic, asymmetric, how can you come and study the family name? No way. Without knowing what is andrecium, gynoecium, there are certain students who doesn't know what is andrecium, what is gynoecium. They will just confuse it now also. Which is the male, which is the female. Okay, so this is all about this amazing chapter Morphology. I hope I have mentioned each and every point very clearly. I have done 100% justification to my work, 100% justification. I thought I could break the session into two because I thought it would be more, but almost I also had my handwritten notes with me, so I have told each and every points over there in the class also. So as you can see, something is going in front of your screen. Don't forget to hit the like button, to share it with your friends, and subscribe this amazing platform for biology for more sessions on one shot session for class 11th and class 12th. I hope you can just revise this chapter today itself before you sleep. Now it's 10:10. You can sit till 11:10. 1 hour is there. You read your NCRT. Tomorrow morning, without reading or revision, you start doing your MCQ. And then establish or decide yourself which portion are you lacking, which portion you want more attention. All these things you can determine. Okay, guys. See you in the next class with some other session. Bye-bye. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe this platform. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you, everyone.